I'm Dr. Kechi Ogbuagu, the president and founder of Conversations for Change, the host of the TV chat show The Sage, and retired from United Nations Population Fund, the UN agency that is most concerned with combating gender-based violence. And so I am indeed pleased to have the opportunity to say my two bits on this crucial topic. My thanks to the organizers for the opportunity. We all know what gender-based violence is. As simplistically as possible, it is when another person, because you're in a relative position of power compared to another, uses violence against you because of your gender. The violence can be physical, but it can also be emotional and psychological. We are familiar with the many physical forms, whether it's rape or sexual assault or physical battering and so on and so forth. But equally important is also the unending emotional and psychological violence, which many people do suffer from. Gender-based violence is a gross violation of human rights. It should never happen and should never be condoned. Many times the victims are often women, but it can be both gender. And it is perpetuated because the person, oftentimes the partner, but more than the partner, it could be a parent, it could be a relative, it could be somebody in a position of authority, a teacher, a professor, and so on. What should we do to stop it? We should stop it, none of it should ever be allowed. And therefore, I have been asked to talk a little about that. And let me say that, unfortunately for us in Africa, I am ashamed and I must candidly admit that some of the violence is based, is related to our cultural practices. The African culture, the many cultures in Africa and Nigeria in which patriarchy, male dominance, is an accepted way of behaving, contributes to the problem. Many things are seen as what men are expected as the male to do. Sometimes even the physical assault, sometimes whether it's the authority, the deprivation economically and so on and so forth, inflicted on the partner, on the wife, or on the child. So in addressing that, we need to go back to our culture holders, people who uphold supposed norms in communities and so on, to help them to understand that this is a crime against humanity. We need to address the ones that exist in workplaces and so on. Very important is that parents within the homes need to know that indeed dealing with the issue starts with them. We need to be careful about the way we bring up our children. What are the values? What are the examples we're showing to them? The male child, the female child need to understand that violence and oppression against another because of their gender is totally unacceptable. So parents and guardians have a crucial role to play. Combating gender-based violence involves everybody. It is a collective job, a collective urgency. We must eliminate it within our society. We must not allow it to continue.